just want to share a little bit from my heart about that book with you. The book is called True Identity: The Radical Reclamation of the True Self through 12 Reflections from Nature. And these 12 photos that are featured in this book are from the Nature of Life collection and the Radical Reclamation Series. And again, the topic is true identity. So this is a very personal book for me, and I feel really strongly about sharing it as a free download from my website and from Gumroad, where I share some of my books. It will be available also on Amazon very soon, likely by December 1st, and there will be a small fee for the download there on Amazon, but it will always be free from my website. And I feel really strongly about this for, a couple of reasons. So this is a pretty personal journey that I have revisited in this last year. It again revolves around our true identity and the true nature of who we are. And for me, I looked at that through the lens of knowing that I am a child of God. And so these 12 statements, let me read them to you, the titles of that are attached to the 12 passages that I share, reflections that I share along with the photos. Those 12 they're really affirmations, and they are, for me: I am a shining light. I am an integral part of the whole. I am the calm within the storm. I am knowing and known by heart. I am uniquely beautiful. I am loved as I am. I am a minister of reconciliation. I am held in love. I am kind and loving. I am easy to be with. I am a jewel beyond compare, and I am fully equipped to thrive. So, little backstory here. These, well, first of all, identity has been, it is a major theme and challenge in my life, in all of our lives, really. But in my life, it's taken very particular. There have been particular challenges with relation to identity. Good gosh, I'm having trouble with my words. Okay, so because it's so close to my heart, I'm sure, and so. Many of you know the journey I wrote about in Journey to Sacred Wholeness, which was really about the integration of, my experience, early life experiences and fragmentation, the reintegration of of those splintered parts. And since that time, that was my first 30 years, and I'm 53 now. So in the 20 years since, there have been, other aspects of the healing journey. And these 12 affirmations are actually ones that I wrote down a long time ago, at least 6 or 7 years ago, and probably more like 10 years ago. And then I did a lot of work around them, and I truly was in a strong place for several years. And then slowly, without my noticing, the old voices crept back in, around the false view of who I was. And so I began to notice that, and I have, because my life, it brought me back into circles where, and situations and circumstances and around people where those beliefs, positive beliefs that I had adopted, were challenged. And it was, I don't know that I believe in tests so much, but it certainly was an opportunity to revisit, to see just how much did I really believe that I am a shining light versus whatever the other story was, or that, I am kind and loving, and that I am easy to be with. And I could see those being flagged up in my life again, like, let's look again. And in many cases, there was an opportunity to see, wow, a pattern that came up or whatever, where something was perhaps out of alignment. And in other cases, it was clear after a lot of inner reflection that it was so easy to be pulled off track or to be convinced of something that simply wasn't true about my own identity, even after all the work I had done. And it was subtle in many cases. And it still is, which is a part of my vulnerability in sharing this. And, quite frankly, I was, I'm all as often this is the case. I'm like, let's wait until I get it together, and and the answer from Spirit was clearly no. Let's share it now. And so these are the 12 that have been very personal to me. And my hope is that this book, as a free download, will invite you into your own conversation, your own sacred conversation with your essential self, your essential journey and your essential truth and your true identity. It will bring you back. It will help you to see your true identity and to enter into a sacred conversation. For me, that takes place a lot with nature, and that's the way that I am able to be brought back to the truth of who I am. And so I hope that these photographs inspire you. I do have a series of 12 paintings, which is actually where the idea for this book started 6 years ago, was to do 12 paintings around these affirmations and or exploring the false identity and then the true identity. I have not finished those paintings yet, but when I do, I plan to share a similar book of that collection. But for now, these are from the Radical Reclamation Series of photographs from nature, and they're just the ones that I selected to help myself to really connect again in some way with these 12 aspects of my true identity. So I really invite you, if you get this book, to take some time to journal and to identify your own false beliefs and then to flip those. I used to have a life tool. I will try to find that at some point. That was about this, flipping the story. And I think that that's super important for all of us right now. I think that this is at the root of a lot of the problems we see in our world and the challenges and the hurt and the pain that is inflicted on others, or that we carry around silently. And if we can each return to our whole self and our soul self and then walk in the way of our lives, trusting that life is working in our favor, I truly believe that we will live in a different world. And so here are my 12 reflections, from nature in terms of the photographs and my own reflections on my own process, and then moving from that false identity to a truer picture of the whole of who I am. So I offer it and I share it with you. I am going to in the book or on the download page, I think I will share a place where you can if you'd like to offer a gift of thanks, you can, donate, and I will absolutely be grateful for that, because it allows me to do more, to share more things like this, either free of charge or very low cost. Do check out the Life Path Journeys, I believe, Birds of a Feather, which has been available free in November. So we have 2 more days, I think, in November, and you can still join for free, and we'll have lifetime access for free to that journey when you do so. And thank you so much to those of you who have been with me on the way in that journey. It's been a real joy to share with you, and it will continue to be available in the Life Path Online Learning Center. So I'll put a link to that below too. And I will also share the photos, if I didn't say that already, in this post when I share this video. And I hope you really enjoy those. I hope that December is a month of peace and joy for you. Comfort. I'm thinking of that song. So I probably will be back with a video, and I do have intentions to share a series of videos, just haven't felt really up to it of late. So it's coming though, and if you have specific requests in terms of the journeys that I'm sharing in at Life Path, those of you who have been around and know the past journeys I've done, and you would like to see a particular one, shoot me an email or message me here on Facebook, and I will definitely take that into account. I can only do so, one at a time, and there's so much that I want to do, but I'm just kind of taking it easy these days. So much love. I hope you guys have a wonderful close to November and a beautiful December. Bye-bye.